Welcome outside Gillette Stadium, everybody. My name is Mike Petraglia, joined again by Patriots writer for WEEI.com, Ryan Hannable. Ryan, it was a soggy day here outside Gillette Stadium, but Bill Belichick, wanting to prepare for all conditions during the regular season, had his team outside here for the full 2 hours of training camp practice, day number 11 of training camp practice. They were in full pads. Ryan Lindley made his second appearance here at Patriots practice. Jimmy Garoppolo present. Tom Brady was not. So we can only assume that he's probably getting ready for that big settlement conference meeting with Roger Goodell and the judge down in New York City. That's probably one big reason he was not here. But your takeaway on day number 11 of the two quarterbacks, again, the offense looked pretty rough.
I would say this is probably the worst day of the summer for the offense. They just looked out of sync. I mean, probably a lot of that had to do with not having Brady, and then Edelman didn't practice in full. Dobbins didn't practice in full. I don't think Garoppolo and Carlos using out there that much. So it was basically a mix of Garoppolo with second teamers, but the defense looked miles ahead of the offense. I think Darryl Roberts really stood out to me on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, the quarterbacks, it wasn't their best day, but I think part of that is because of who wasn't actually at quarterback.
I agree, and Jimmy Garoppolo was asked about all the drops, all the missed connections, and I even had a chance to ask Garoppolo if he's getting to the point of being comfortable of getting mad at his teammates, trying to direct them out on the field, and you get maybe a little bit of that sense, but with a smile, Jimmy Garoppolo after practice said, well, I'm just trying to do my thing, and yeah, I'm taking more command of the offense. Do you see signs of that?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to grow in his second year, and then part of that development is, being hard on teammates and not criticizing, but motivating his teammates to sort of, if they make a bad play, to sort of get after him and sort of, get him ready for the next play through motivational ways like that. Yeah, so he is growing in that point, but I think he's at a point where he's not Tom Brady. He's not going to be able to scream at his teammates and everything's going to be okay. So I think it's a gradual progression, and I think he's getting to that point, but he's not really there yet.
All right, Ryan Lindley also spoke for the first time to us in the media, and he said, well, I think one of the interesting takeaways was that, yeah, he was surprised that he was still on the street come the end of July and actually now early August when the Patriots came calling this week. He was really, the Patriots, the first team to really show serious interest, and it took a team that's facing a very serious quarterback situation with the unknown to Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't want to go into the preseason with just one quarterback besides the one quarterback facing suspension. So he was surprised that he was still out on the street, but he looks at this as an opportunity. He told us, this is a chance to show people that I can still play in this league.
Yeah, he's going to get plenty of opportunity. I would say probably the second half and probably most of the fourth quarter Thursday night will be mostly Ryan Lindley. I mean, granted, he's going to be with, guys struggling to make the roster, but you're right. This is his chance to show not only the Patriots, but other teams in the league that, he can still play at this level, because once Brady's suspension is sort of, come down and we know what's going to happen, the Patriots could be done with him. So it's his chance to prove to not only the Patriots but also the rest of the league that he can still perform.
And a lot of people are, going to point to that playoff game against the Panthers in which he struggled very badly, put up statistically one of the worst playoff games by a quarterback in history. That's just what the numbers said. He was very ineffective in that game. I think just 89 yards passing, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass in the loss to the Carolina Panthers. Let's move on to why Bill Belichick had this practice outside here on Tuesday, and that was because, as in his words, we're like the mail. We have to fight through. We have to get through. And I thought the Patriots got some work done. We mentioned the fact that the offense did not look good, but I still think the defense, the secondary, continues to shine. They continue to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. And coming out here in the elements, that's not a surprise with Bill Belichick coach teams. I mean, it was the first really bad weather day of camp, so it was his first chance to get him out in the weather. And I think it's a chance for him to see how certain guys respond to the elements and if they actually are still into it and still have that same enthusiasm if it was, 70 degrees and sunny. So when you're evaluating 90 guys, I think it shows a little bit for guys who don't, let the elements affect them, which is part of the reason why he brought him out here. And so it really wasn't a surprise to me at all.
The cloud that is producing rain right now still continues to hang over this team, and that is the Tom Brady question. What happens on Wednesday in New York City? Only time will tell. Will there be a settlement? Will there be some type of negotiated settlement that the judge is pointing towards and really convincing the two sides to come to? Or will this eventually go to court? We'll have to wait and see what happens on Wednesday morning in New York City. Tom Brady sitting down again with Roger Goodell in front of the judge in New York follow all of the news of that very important story to the future of the Patriots in 2015 on WEEI.com. Outside a rainy Gillette Stadium, he is Ryan Hannable. I'm Mike Petraglia, WEEI.com.